kind of hard to believe we're already in 2024. I thought it would be interesting if we took a look at an older tablet that came out in 2019. It's kind of surprising to me that we haven't had an updated version. As you can see, it looks somewhat similar to the Galaxy Tab A9, but this one has a really nice and grippy rubberized material on the back, which makes it easier to hold in one hand. I will mention this is the global version since it wasn't officially released in the United States, but it still has some features that are better than some of the other small tablets that have came out within the last couple years. It's also fairly lightweight at only about 325 grams, which is really nice if you're used to some of the larger or heavier tablets. It just feels about the right size, in my opinion, for a smaller tablet. As you can see, it's a fairly similar size to the iPad Mini 6 and the Galaxy Tab A9. The screen definitely feels like it's bright enough for indoor use. It also has a full HD 8-inch display at 1920 by 1200 resolution. It actually looks really good in person, and it's Widevine L1, so you'll get at least full HD playback resolution on apps like Netflix and upscaled 4K resolution when playing YouTube videos. So if you compare this one to the new Galaxy Tab A9, which just came out in 2023, this one's actually a little better for watching videos, reading, playing some games, browsing online, or doing just about anything else you would need to. You've also got a 4200 milliamp hour battery, which is also another downside to this tablet. It just lasted over 5 hours in my battery drain test at 100% screen brightness, and that was when it was brand new. Obviously, it's going to be less than that this many years later, but keep in mind if you turn the screen brightness down, you can definitely make it last a little longer. Like I said with the software, it is currently on Android 11, so it is going to be a little bit different than other newer Galaxy tablets, but it's not a huge difference. You still have the Edge panel over on the side. You've only got Samsung Free left of the home screen, so you don't have Google Discover. Not really a huge deal. And the notification shade looks slightly different, so it's still going to feel somewhat similar. You can do some multitasking with this, but probably the best part of this tablet is that you've got a built-in S Pen, pretty similar to what you get on the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Even if you don't want to take notes or draw, it's still a nice option to have just moving around the software. Plus, you could even use the larger S Pen that you get on the Galaxy Tab S9 series, which is definitely going to be more comfortable to use. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like you're going to get any more software updates, not even security updates. It's currently on Android 11, One UI 3.1, and it appears to be stuck on January 2023 security update. So that's probably the biggest reason why this isn't going to be your best budget tablet to buy in 2024, but it's always nice to take a look at some older devices just to see how they're holding up. One downside is going to be the performance. It's got an Exynos 7904 processor with only 3 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of storage, so not going to be the greatest. It does take a micro SD card for expanded storage though, and believe it or not, this one is also a little more powerful than the Galaxy Tab A7 Lite. Now, as far as gaming goes, this one's not going to have the highest frame rate or best graphics, but even with lower game settings, it still plays fairly smooth for the most part. It might take a little longer to load games though, and one issue is the lack of storage, so you can really only fit a couple games on here before it's filled up, especially when you consider the size of games have gotten larger and larger each year. Good thing is you do get a headphone jack on here, and it has Dolby Atmos for when you use headphones, but it only has one speaker down at the bottom, so it's not going to be the loudest out there. Here's a quick audio test just to give you an idea of what it sounds like. I know most people wouldn't buy a tablet like this for the cameras. You've got an 8 megapixel rear facing, 5 megapixel on the front, so pretty similar to the new Galaxy Tab A9. It also has 1080p resolution for video recording. It is going to struggle in lower light situations. Here's a few samples of photos and video just to give you an idea of the quality you get with this. I don't think I ever would have guessed that back when this came out, it would be the last small tablet from Samsung with an S Pen. I really think they should come out with an updated version of this, but with better performance. It would just be a nice option for anyone looking for an alternative or an Android version to the iPad Mini 6, which is probably the best small tablet right now. Sort of tough to say whether they'll ever come out with an updated version of this. At this point, I would say probably not, unfortunately. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.